Earlier this morning, Jill Sweat spoke with Dr. Heidi Cordi from Albany Med about hands-only CPR and some of the misconceptions.
Hands-on-only CPR, we talked about it a lot, especially coming off of what happened to Jamar Hamlin last season. What is the importance of this life-saving measure?
Well, one of the major important events is that you can actually try to help save a life. And the minute you watch somebody go down, or somebody goes down in front of you, or you come across somebody, you're actually doing CPR hands only. Very easy to do. And the reason why we're doing that so early is because it's important to get oxygen also up to the brain and to the other vital organs. We only have 6 minutes before more devastating events can occur. So the earlier we do CPR, the greater chance you have of saving a life, 2 to 3 times more, as a matter of fact.
And I'm sure you, your fellow physicians, everybody that works in the emergency department, so critical tool before you even lay hands on the patient. There is an estimate about 350,000 sudden cardiac arrests happen outside the hospital. In addition to doing some of these life-saving measures, what are some other things that folks need to be aware of whenever they see someone suddenly collapse?
Well, the first thing you want to actually do, Jill, is call 911 so we can get help on the way. They can confirm where you are first of all, because that's really important to send the right people to the right resources and to the right location, and to do the CPR and let them know that you're doing CPR as well. The next thing you want to try to do is find something called an AED, an automatic external defibrillator, such as an example that we have here. And they're very self-explanatory too. You might see them in airports, large buildings, in schools. This is just a training model. So what's easy is that once you turn it on, it'll tell you what to do. And for time's sake, I'm only going to place these on here after I've taken the patient's, and there are little pictures on here too that you can see.
Really, again, it walks you through. You do not need to have training on this ahead of time.
Easy, and turn it on and do what it says while you're doing CPR, and it'll tell you to stand back before it's going to shock.
Yes. There was a survey that was also done that about a quarter of respondents said that they're afraid to do CPR because they believe they could hurt the patient. There's legal ramifications. Is that something that people should be worried about?
Absolutely not. You're there to try to save a life. You're doing the best that you can. There's the Good Samaritan law, as long as you don't expect remuneration for what you're trying to do and save a life. And that's why we, American Heart Association had been part of all of this training for so long already that we want to do just hands-only CPR because that's the easier part. People might have been afraid to do mouth-to-mouth. I can only understand that, of course, but just doing CPR, your 2 hands, the things that can actually save a life or give you the better chance of saving a life, now you're the superhero.